Hey, good morning, everybody. It's April 12th, Thursday, 2018. You're joining me here on Morning Light. I just wanted to welcome you to another day. It's supposed to be beautiful out there today, about 72, I hear, so I hope you get out there. A little windy, but I think spring has finally come. So today I just wanted to ask you, where does your help come from? All week we've talked about holding our position, standing strong, having God help us in our time of need, and being strengthened by Him. And so Psalm 121, I'm going to read it out of the Message, and I'm going to read it off for you real quick. It's short, just a few verses, and it says, I look up to the mountains. Does my strength come from my mountains? So, God is asking, or the psalmist that's writing this is saying, where does my help come from? Where do I ultimately turn when I need strength? It says, no, my strength comes from God, who made heaven and earth and mountains. I love this part on verse 3 and 4. It says, He won't let you stumble. Your guardian God won't fall asleep. Not on your life. Israel's guardian will never doze or sleep. Verse 5, God's your guardian, right at your side to protect you, shielding you from sunstroke, sheltering you from moonstroke. That means in the heat of the day and then in the darkness of night, God is there and He's going to protect you all the time that He can and that He will. Verse 7 says, God guards you from every evil. He guards your very life. He guards you when you leave and when you return, and He guards you now. He guards you always. Somebody needs to hear that today, that maybe you're getting weary in holding your stand. Maybe you're also weary in just being in that watchtower that we've talked about all week, like we talked about in Habakkuk, in Isaiah, where God says to stand strong on Him. What is it that you're doing that you feel like you're losing a grip? Is it that you're looking to someone else for your strength? Are you looking for your own self for strength? Are you looking in self-help books? Those aren't all bad, but when push comes to shove, God's going to be the one that's always there. It says right here in Psalm 121, He's never going to leave you. He's always going to have your back. So there are times when all of us grow weary. There are times when we feel like we can't stand any longer, and holding our position does become very tiring. It can become very draining, and there's a time when we got to say, God, I need your help. I need every part of you to hold me up. So I wanted to ask today, sometimes we look to think the strongest part, like the psalmist writes here, does my mountains, he looks to the mountains, which is a very strong and powerful image. Is that where my strength should come from? Is that who I should be drawing from? And he says, no, it's my God that does that. So where are you today in your strength? Are you finding it in a bottle? Are you finding it while you're shopping? Are you finding it with friends or with somebody else that's you're trying to gain strength from them? I believe in all kinds of encouragement. I'm not saying that we don't go to a prayer partner, our accountability partner, a pastor, a spiritual mentor when we need strength. But ultimately, where does your strength come from? Are you drawing upon the Lord? Are you drawing upon His power? I know when I'm tired and weary, I just got to stop and I just got to sit in His presence, and I just need to have Him. It's like our phones. Let's say most of us charge our phones at night, hopefully, because if not, it's probably not going to work this morning. If we never plugged into that source, our phones are going to die, maybe a day or two. So what do you look like when you don't plug in to God and His strength? Because that is power coming through the electrical current that's going to charge our batteries, our phones, anything, even our lights. If our lights aren't plugged in, there's no power source. And so what is it that you are plugging into that may be not fulfilling you, maybe not giving you the strength you need? Because if we plug into the wrong place, the wrong people, we know that can be draining as well. That can also be something that depletes us. I always teach about people that you hang out with. Are they affecting you or are they infecting you? You've got to think about that, because if you're drawing from somebody that is a negative resource or something that's a negative resource, it can be depleting for you. So think about who you're hanging out with. Who is it that you're trying to draw strength from in your time of need when you grow weary? Are you hanging on to people or circumstances or parties or events that you're like, oh, well, if I get to this, or if I can do that, or if I can connect to this person, I'll be okay? A lot of times God will allow us to try those things, but eventually they run out. And God tells us, you know what? My strength and my strength alone is what is going to sustain you. So we have to be in reserve at all time. It's like a battery, that the rechargeable batteries. Think about that. When you plug them in, they're juiced up and you can have a charge for a while, but those batteries too run dry. So are you finding your sources from someplace else? Are you plugging into the ultimate power source for strength? Because here in Psalm 121, it says, my strength only comes from God. So I want to encourage you today, wherever you're at, if you're growing weary, if you're struggling to hang on, if you have said, you know what, I've come out of my watchtower, I can't do it anymore, I'm losing ground, I can't stand upon what we've talked about all week. I just feel like I'm losing my grip. The circumstance is too great. I don't know how I'm going to stand much longer. Would you consider plugging into the ultimate power source, the strength of all strength, the one that's going to give you the might that you're going to need to sustain through this storm, this crisis, this day even? You're like, I don't want to get out of bed today. Maybe you're laying there and you just want to put your head over the covers over your head and say, I'm done. I get it. I really get it. So get in the Word. Turn on your phone maybe. If some of you don't have a Bible app, it's called YouVersion. Get on that. Look for the Word of God. Get into the Psalms especially. Just play that. A really great rendition or edition is the Message Bible. You can just push play on audio. I do that many times when I just need the Lord to fulfill me and strengthen me. So find those resources. If you need help, be sure to let me know because I can help navigate that for you. Get into the worship music. Pandora, just put on, today's Christian music, or there's lots of great artists out there where God will just minister to your soul. So I hope you all have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine and the springtime that's here. I know a lot of us have talked to you and said, I'm just really tired of winter. I wish it would go. I think it went today. So have a great Thursday. We're almost to Friday. Get in the Word. Just let God strengthen you wherever you need to be. Take time out. Let Him fill you up. Remember, last week we talked about Matthew 11:28, where it says, if you're weary, come to me, all that you are who are worn out and tired. Let God recharge you today, okay? Have a great Thursday. We'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.